Breakfast with Craig Haywood on Academy FM Folkestone.
Yeah, good morning. Hi, this is The Breakfast Show. 2 minutes past 9 is the time, and Sarah's booked me another guest.
Breakfast with Craig Haywood.
Right, so Sarah's been booking guests into The Breakfast Show, as Sarah does. She does a brilliant job here at Academy FM, booking guests into all shows. But into The Breakfast Show, she's booked me a variety of sporting guests and doctors to tell me I'm fat.
I didn't book him to tell you you're fat. It's not my fault what he observes whilst he's here.
Whoa! Chill, yeah? And this morning we're joined by Louise Burford. Morning, Louise.
Morning.
How are you? All right?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Sarah, do you want to tell us why Louise is here?
Louise is here because she's part of an events management team, and they are running a sports injury community, which is a website, series of events for people that suffered injuries in sports. And we all know you're a bit of a walking accident, so I thought it would be good advice for you.
I play football every Sunday, which means I limp into work every Monday. And this is probably quite relevant, actually, for me. This is a helpful one. Thank you.
You're welcome. So there's a lot of events going on, and it's going to start at the Three Hills Sports Park, the new Three Hills Sports Park, where we were at for the opening. Fantastic facility. Yeah. So, Louise, what exactly is a sports injury community? It sounds like a little cult.
No, it's not a cult. Basically, sports injury community is a place where injured athletes can get together and exchange stories, exchange helping tips, and basically know that they're not alone once they've been injured, because once you're an injured athlete, it can almost feel like there's no one out there for you. So it's about getting together and making sure that everybody helps each other.
Okay, and what sort of things are going to be there? There's workshops, is there physiotherapy and lots of
we're going to have
things
physiotherapists, nutrition experts. Basically, there's going to be it's going to feature a series of sessions covering a range of physical and psychological issues affecting athletes of all abilities. Mm-hmm. And basically, we're looking for people who are interested in sports injury, public health, well-being. And it's not just a case of if you've been injured, it's also about preventative methods as well.
Oh, a bit late for Craig.
Right.
He's had lots of injuries.
It prevents the next one, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think this is a really good idea. I was explaining off air a minute ago, I used to be quite a promising rugby player and then hurt or injured my shoulders quite badly to the point where I'm not able to play rugby anymore.
You'd be good at rugby.
Oh, I would be good at rugby. It's in my blood as well, because my granddad played for Wasps' first team years and years ago. So, obviously, it's in the blood. And I'm a bit gutted that I couldn't have gone down that route, because it was my shoulders that messed up, and I can't obviously go into a tackle with dodgy shoulders. So yeah, I think this is a really good idea, because I can definitely understand where you're coming from when you say that athletes feel alone when they've injured themselves, and that's it. And
is that because you then can't participate in the sport that you're doing? So if you're in a team, they're all carrying on and you're sort of left.
That's it, especially when you're not a professional sports person or even a semi-professional sports person. You're just doing it for a hobby or whatever, like I do at the moment, and you injure yourself. There is nobody around to help you recover properly.
Yeah, exactly. And also, on the NHS, it can take such a long time for your appointments to come through because they're so busy. So it's all about making sure that people haven't forgotten about you. So you're sitting there thinking, oh dear, have they forgotten about me? Have I fallen through the cracks? And somebody turns around and says, no, it did take something like 8 weeks for my appointment to come through as well. So it's all about sharing experiences, inspirational stories, and also if it is a major injury, so that you can't go back to play that sport, it's about what else can you do?
Oh, finding another sport almost. Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it?
There are a lot of people that are involved that have had major injuries, so have lost legs and things like that, and they've ended up powerlifting instead. So it's all about the inspirational stories to show that everything's not as bad as it might seem on the surface.
And also, I like the idea of sharing tips, because everyone's always got a tip for something, haven't they?
Exactly. If someone says, well, I once, broke a couple of my fingers, and what helped is, in my recovery, I did such and such. And if they tell somebody else that, and it genuinely does help,
exactly.
It helps for a quicker recovery, doesn't it?
And we're also pushing the fact that they give you exercises to do. And these things need to be done, because quite often, like, you sit there and you think, oh, well, I used to run 15 kilometres, you know. I'm not going to sit there and twist my ankle up and down for 5 minutes. You know, what benefit's that going to do? And it's actually about saying, well, actually, you know, that is quite important.
Yeah.
So the physios there will be able to go through things with you, and maybe if you feel that this exercise isn't quite right, they might explain why it is right for you. So it's about getting the knowledge and understanding of how people can help you, basically.
Cool. So if people wanted to get helped by you, they would come down to the Three Hills Sports Park when?
It's Sunday the 14th of April, between 11 and 5. It is a free event, but there are limited spaces, obviously, because we only have a limited amount of room. So we do ask you to sign up to the sports injury eventbrite.co.uk. So if you sign up there, we just to give us an idea of how many numbers we're looking at having.
Awesome.
And you can just sort of go along free.
Yep.
And see what you've got going on. So you've got different people giving advice, and obviously there'll also be people there that have had injuries before and so on.
And have managed to get through it, and they're perfectly fine on the other side.
Yeah, basically.
Awesome. Sounds wicked. I might even go down, actually.
I think you should.
Because my knee hurts.
You need advice.
Why? Yeah, much. My knee hurts at the moment.
Why?
Shall I go down there and go, I've got a hurty knee, and see what people say?
Yes, why don't you take along your blankie and your teddy whilst you're there?
Louise, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Thank you very much.
We'll continue to talk about this up until the event, I'm sure, because I think it's really, really good, actually, and I'm actually happy that something like this exists. It's a really good idea. Thanks, Louise. Cheers.